Alright, welcome to the video. In this video I'm just gonna go over my 3 trades, pretty much the same strategy and risk management system that netted me about $21,600 all in the month of November. I'm gonna try to make it short and sweet and as simple as possible. So let's move on right to the first trade. On November 6th, I took a Tesla trade. This was in anticipation of the Trump election, this was in anticipation for the election in which Trump won. And as you guys can see, Tesla for about 5-6 days has been pulling back. If you look at the hourly time frame, you can see that it's been pulling back all the way to the support at about 243. And so when it finally broke this trend line, and kind of held this support, I went long, about 7 calls, not too crazy. And if we go on the 5-minute time frame, around the market open, I went in with a couple of contracts at a premium of about 11.50, 12, and I anticipated Trump to win and give me that surge in the pre-market, which is exactly what happened. And so you can see at the market open it jumps to about 284, down from a stock price of about 250. So sorry, not even 284, about 288. So right at the market open, I just decided to take my profit, and netted about $13,700 on this one. Return of about 165% on an $8,000 position. So very good ROI on this one. Something I could have worked on is, and the thought did occur to me, but given that I was up so much, and it was pretty much my first 5-figure trade, I was very antsy, very eager to take my profit. So something I could have worked on was definitely holding the trade. It was holding, this 275 level, which was a previous high on Monday, October 28th. So the trade was still looking good, and as you can see, in the next few days it just went up all the way up to the 300s, 350s. But that was something I could have improved on. Maybe just scale out half my position and then let the other half ride out for the next couple of days. But nevertheless, one of those pivotal moments in my career of day trading. I remember in 2022, in the month of December, I was with my family on a Palm Springs trip, and on my phone, it was actually Tesla as well. I took a trendline break going for Tesla puts, and I made $600, and I was beaming. I was ecstatic. This was like the first trade above like $400-$500. I was averaging about $100 to $300 during the times I was just starting out. So making $600 on my phone was like, I was mind blown. But now that I just made like $13,000, it's definitely one of those trades where I won't forget. And it was on news. It was a little bit more risky in terms of the trades compared to the trades I usually take, but I was pretty confident that Trump would win. And even if he lost, I was holding on to the support with a very tight risk for a pretty asymmetric opportunity. So that worked out well. Rambled on about that trade for about 4 or 5 minutes, so let's move on to the next one. This next trade was on Amazon. This was on November 26th. See, I went in with about 30 contracts. Adjusted cost was about $10,000 of a position. And as you guys can see on the 1 hour time frame right here, it's been trading within this range, mid-November for a couple of days, and then it dropped back, below this 199-200 support level. So, once it breaks that, it kind of holds this 196 level, and then it quickly, breaks back above and maintains the support. So once it did that, and I also drew this trend line that, on the higher time frame, I figured, it broke. This is the 4 hour time frame. So it broke that trend line and, recaptured the support. So at this moment, I decided to take some swing calls, meaning I was going to hold these for the long term. If we go on the 5-minute time frame, it was towards 3 hours into the market open, and then some at the end of the market. At the end of the trading day, I went on with some more size and thought that it would gap up at least to its previous highs, and so that's exactly what it did. During the pre-market, it really didn't do much, but you can see the next day after that, it gives us this huge surge up to its previous highs, and then some more, all the way up to 210. But I took my profit when it surged up at the market open. Went in with an entry price of about $3, and then went out with about $4 and then $5 premium price. So that was a $4,200 trade. This was actually my second biggest trade ever in my trading career. So month of November is definitely one to remember. 4K, 13K. I'm breaking records, and with this in this industry, with this game, the potential is limitless. So it just depends on your conviction and how much you size in, and when you build that confidence over time, you can just add with more conviction. When I was entering this trade, it was obviously at a stop below the support. So if it broke that support line, which I also made my stop, I would have gone out of the trade. So they're fairly similar strategies in which they're both pulling back a considerable amount for the last few days, and then when it kind of breaks the trend line and holds the support, I hold it for a swing until my target is reached. And so that was my 4K Amazon trade. And then on the last day of November is when I opened this, November 30th, or no, November 29th on the Friday, and then I held it into December 2nd over the weekend. So this was a 9K position, and I netted about 3.5K. And as you can see on this trade, Tesla had pulled back, but if you look at the previous days, it's holding the support really nicely at about 334. So once I see that it's been holding the support, and it falls all the way from 360 to support of 334. Once I saw that it kind of held this support, I got in for some calls, about 10 contracts at a premium price of about $9. And on this bull flag, it surged up, and I took some profits up here at 11 and 11.50. And then I just decided and thought to myself that this looked good, and it could reach previous highs at 360 if I just kind of let it run. And So I decided to swing it, and looking at the 1 hour time frame, overnight it gapped up, and right at the market open, it basically surges, all the way to my target at 360. So I take my profits, final profits up here, and yeah, I only had about 2 contracts left. So if I had held my initial position of 10 contracts, I would have made way more money. But that's just trading. You could think about the stuff you could have and would have done, but I like to take some partials out just to minimize my risk, minimize my position size. And so yeah, I mean, next time, what I can work on is definitely just maybe holding maybe half my position instead of taking a majority of my position off at that little surge, because I did get in at a good entry and it was a ranging stock. But all in all, 3 trades this month, 3 trades in the month of November, netted about $21,600. They're all basically pullbacks to support and setting a really tight risk for an asymmetric reward. That's kind of my bread and butter and all I really look for when I trade. And so wanted to make this short and sweet. It's approaching 12 minutes. Thank you guys if you made it to the end. I appreciate you viewing this, and yeah, leave some comments down below on what you think. Tell me what your bread and butter is, because I'm always trying to learn. Hopefully you learned something from me this video. I do have a free Discord called Asymmetrics. It's where we just focus on asymmetric opportunities, such as these. And, I'm also growing continually and trying to better myself every day. And so it's kind of like me documenting my trades and my thought processes, as I embark on this trading journey. And so feel free to join. I'll provide the link down below. Follow on my socials, my Instagram, my YouTube. Please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.